everything this morning has gone sideways. But that's okay. Hey Bobby, good morning. I'm having a hell of a start. How are you, friend? Here's doing its thing. Just getting all set up here. I finally figured it out. My dual POV. Focus. How you looking? Is that focus on your end? We good? I'm gonna put my do not disturb on. I finally figured it out. Oh, hi Andy, good morning. Hi. No, I figured it out. I got the dual POV set up a few days ago and I thought that the internet was not cooperating. But yesterday I figured out how to get it to cooperate inside. So I will be able to at least do the dual POV inside. And then this morning I was trying really hard to get it set up in here and it was working with just a little bit of latency. So maybe come Wednesday I'll finally have the second camera set up. And at least now I feel like when it's cold out and I move inside, I know that I can do it in there too. But I was frustrated because I was really trying to do it today. And I would have spent all night setting it up and was happy to do so, but Ree had a concert last night, and so I had to put it away. But happy Sunday, or Monday. Goodness, happy Monday, everybody. How is everyone? How was everybody's weekend? This week was just a lot. I know it was a lot for everybody, but like, god damn, it was a lot. I don't know if this week's gonna be any calmer. Hopefully. I'm just picking which picture I want to do. It's gonna be so nice when you guys can see what I can see. At least in my opinion, it will be. Got a little further on all of my scripts and shorts and such, so that's good. Making a little bit of movement there. I don't have any photo shoots this week, so hopefully I can get a lot done. Oh, this one's kind of cute. Maybe that one. I'll show it to you guys before I do it. Also, I think you're going to be able to hear me a lot better when I get the POV changed. And I really don't like some of these images. Andy, or Bobby, anybody. Oh, wet and windy, yeah? Fall starting? Wait, is that autumn? Venom. Isn't that what that Spider-Man character was called? The black one with the substances? I say that to ask, have you seen whatever? I think it's gotta be fake. Do you know what I'm talking about? The weird videos out of, I want to say Portugal, but that's not right. of a weird substrate that apparently came off of a comet that crashed. We feel like that's all fake, right? That's what I'm leaning towards. It seems too fantastical to be real. Yeah, okay, great. Fantastic. I just saw that for the first time yesterday and was like, the fuck? It's insane. Oh, this one's cute, but I don't know if I want to do that. Okay, pick one, Sundown. Oh, okay, we'll do this. I had a picture that I really liked, so I thumbed it to save, but my best friend, who colors like a raccoon, could not manage to keep the bleed-through page in the back like she's supposed to, and fucked it up. Hey Tara, good morning, girl. Yeah, it looks fake. Oh, Bobby was just saying you too also, got it. It looks fake to me, like really fake, but there was a reason that it caused me to pause, and I can't remember what it was. I just don't think anybody would be handling that, like physically touching that stuff. Hello. See with TiVo, that's where I must have seen it. I haven't, excuse me, I haven't watched a lot. You've been so busy, I haven't watched a lot of anything. But yeah, I saw that and it was just like, man, has anyone put it through the AI detecting software? I just don't feel like, why won't this go in more? I just feel like the dude wouldn't be handling it so willy-nilly like that, you know? Hi, Abigail, how are you? Good morning, dear. Okay, we're just gonna not go over the tabs. Alright, so, let me show you what I'm doing. Alright, this is the page I'm coloring. This is evidence of said raccoon friend, because she could not put or get the sheet to stay when she gifted me with this masterpiece. Reminder, anyone who's just jumping in, this isn't mine. But, so, there's all this bleed, if you can see. But I really liked the picture with the toaster, so we're just gonna color it anyway. There's no rules. Yeah. Oh, do you want to be the Toledo raccoon friend? My girl. I told her like 8 times, I'm like, babe, put the sheet behind you. She's like, it's in there. And then just goes to town and it slips out. I love her so much. She's a total raccoon. Okay. I wonder... No, it's not a good train of thought to have right now. Never mind. I mean, I guess there's still a delay. Oh no, it's just delayed right now. I'm gonna get this all figured out. Oh, thanks, Abigail. It's like messy as shit right now. I really appreciate that. Do I want to just do them in greens? What if I just do the whole page in green tones? Kind of in the sun. Don't fall over, okay? Literally all my stuff is just like, nothing is cooperating right now. Like right now, why is everything in the sun? I was so close to having the dual POV set up and now I'm fighting with the sun. Are you kidding? Like always, really? My God. It's just like, why is this always a battle? I hate it so much. I don't know what that is, Tara. Edna Wowson? Am I in the frame? At least I can adjust you from here. Alright, kids. What are we going to talk about? It's been on my mind. Literally, I know I said this on Friday. Was that when I came? Yeah. I said this on Friday, but like, self-care during chaos has really been like the main thorough line running through my head right now. How are all of you guys? What's going on? What's going on back there? Oh, I didn't light an incense. No wonder it feels weird. Okay. Oh my God, do I not even have a lighter? Jeez, I'm down. What in the world? Where is everything? I swear to God. Oh my God, I'm so annoyed with everything. Jesus. Okay. It is a Monday. You got to chill. You got to chill. I just had that. Deep breath. Is that stuff in your way, bud? Go ahead. Is everything in your way, bud? Me too, homie. Me too. There you go. Got to move an entire tree so that this dog has his place to lay down. All right. Are we all good? Are you good? Am I good? You all good? I started Dolan's, it's gonna be the wrong way, isn't it? Yep. I did all of that for that dog just for him to go back inside. I started something of Dolan's that popped up. I think the thumbnail said something like, what if it's all true? But for whatever reason, it did not keep my attention very long, and I don't think I even watched very much of it. I like Dolan. It's interesting that he's like the only one that he's not a scientist, nor has ever had any sort of government position, right? Isn't he just a personal researcher that's just gotten a big name because he's been doing it for so long and has a good reputation? Well, I'm having one of those Mondays already. I really need to get it together. Okay, Sundown, let's do... I keep thinking I want to do greens. Okay, did you... There was something about it that I was like, I can't... It just lost me after a minute. I still need to catch up on Gerb. I will say I'm so grateful that I have you guys because I didn't know that the Emmys were yesterday, and I don't care about the Emmys, but I feel like a lot of people would want to talk about that, and I'm really glad that I have a little community that's like, let's talk about what Richard Dolan's doing. He does know a lot of people. That makes sense. I felt like he had just garnered a good reputation after a while of being so thorough, and yeah, it's just interesting that he's come really far for someone that doesn't actually have any credentials that typically the public want out of anybody they're giving attention to. Alright, we're gonna do blue and green. That's gonna solve my problem. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm gonna start. There it is. My God. I need to catch up on the conversation of the UAP footage from the hearing potentially being a balloon. I haven't been keeping up because, again, there's been so much going on in the world, and then I had a lot of personal stuff going on. Is there more on that? Has that officially been like classified as a balloon now? Do we know anything more? Can tell that I'm definitely going to go into greens because I started by coloring this piece of toast green. And if the toast is green, I feel like everything must be. Hey Gothard, good morning, how are you? It has been a while. Leto also thinks it's a balloon. Has Colt Heart or Nap or anybody said anything? Shut that door. That's annoying as fuck. Okay, much better. Alright. Snap. I wonder, so who showed that video? And does that person that shared it, or the government, I'm assuming, I mean it's a government video, is that person who they believed it wasn't a balloon? That's why they shared it, right? It's just wild, like the whole thing is nuts. Okay. Hi, Attic. Hi. Good morning. I don't know what Eve is, Gothric. Space simulator, though. Well, sounds like it's entertaining. Don't get too lost in there. random. But let's do G135. Is there, Andy? Okay. I need to go back to Andy, to the UAP, oh my god, that UFO podcast. That was the one, that was kind of where it all started for me when I started getting into UAP. I guess I've always been interested, but getting more and more interested probably since like 21. And I think it started with a lot of consumption of that UFO podcast. Hey Roman, good morning, how are you? Oh, thank you. I was gonna say, like, you can't even see my eyes? We're pretty far away from each other. Glasses are here. Anyway. What were we talking about? With the balloon video, that's what it was. Oh, it was Burleson's Anon video. Okay, thank you. I appreciate you catching me up. Literally, there's been so much going on, I feel like my brain's in a million places at once. I feel like there's a lot to do today. Listen to those birds, though. I should stop thinking about my to-do list. You guys can hear them. Just a little moment in nature. Really, Gothic. It's interesting. I mean, everyone's got opinions on Rogan, but one thing I think we can all agree is that that man raises awareness of whatever it is he's talking about. Oh, really? So you're into the alien stuff, but you don't really believe in anything paranormal? I definitely believe in the paranormal. What, Roman? I mean, I know it's been acting strange, but I've not heard that it was growing. The 31I Atlas is, wait, you're calling, A1B Atlas. Is that separate than 31 Atlas? Or 3I Atlas? Sorry, that's what it is. Yeah, are we talking about different things? So I have 135, so now I'm going to do 318. Hello? Where are you? 3I Atlas, yeah. Steak sauce. Yeah, it's 3I Atlas, I believe. I had heard that there was a strange light effect. I had heard that the entrails are not behaving the way they expect. Obviously, the trajectory is odd. But I had not heard anything about it increasing in size. Yeah, hey HB, good morning. Yeah, it's got a comet tail, but it's pointing the wrong direction. Hey everybody, like the chat, will you? Or sub if there's any lurkers in here. Interesting. Oh, hey, Lisette. It's an interesting name. Okay. Um, Anybody have any thoughts on that supposed potential proof of life on Mars? And to be clear, once on Mars, not active life on Mars, but not that I would be surprised at all, but we haven't spoken about that at all. That was interesting. It got kind of buried in the news, I feel like. So there is a little bit of lag when I'm out here anyways, so I think I'm going to be able to manage. Hopefully come Wednesday, you guys will have a whole different setup. You guys are pretty calm this morning too, huh? Listen, I am happy to be a place of peace for everybody in the midst of like the chaos that is living. It's Gothric who doesn't believe in the paranormal, but we're not judging it for it. It's okay. You're in the sun, and I'm not getting out of my chair. Gothric has a hard time believing in the paranormal, which that's okay, but not me, man. Roman, you said you feel that the universe is one giant nucleus, and that the planets and everything in between are the mitochondria in a sense. It's an interesting concept. Dude, at this point, I don't know what I believe. All of it, nothing. Simulation, probably the best bet for me. I don't know. It is interesting to think about though, huh? My favorite teacher growing up was a man called Jack Musgrave, he's passed away now. He was amazing. I probably talked about him before in the early days of going live, but he could tell an amazing story, just make anything just so interesting. He was such an incredible storyteller. He was 11th grade English and creative writing. That was his courses, and I had him for both. And if a class was really good, you would get a story time, which sounds so silly to like a bunch of like 17-year-olds, but you wanted story time because Musgrave was so good. And I wish I could remember all of the stories that I heard and more of like what he's told or had told me, but one of the few things I remember was a story that essentially accumulated in the concept that like life is just like one big petri dish, right? Kind of like what you're saying, like we're all like, and it's killing me. It reminds me of Men in Black when they're like, oh, the entire galaxy is in the cat's necklace, or the gem on the cat's collar, it reminded me of that, and the story accumulated into, like, in the end, we were all just, like, in the petri dish, and we zoomed out, and I don't know, it was just really interesting. It makes me think of that. The two large men reading your scripture. No problem, HB. Don't worry about it, but please update us when you're done. Ideally, not until Monday. Feel free to shoot me an email. I hope your meeting goes very well. Yeah, Roman, exactly. It's interesting, isn't it? Okay, I'm gonna keep coloring. I do remember taking philosophy in university and learning about, I don't know if it was existentialism or what exactly it was, but just learning about a concept and realizing that I already knew the concept, but just a little differently, and I didn't know why. And then I realized that all of the stories that Musgrave would tell us were actually like philosophical theories wrapped up in a story to make it more entertaining to consider. But it really helped me pass philosophy because I thankfully was familiar with so much of this, so many of the terms. That's wonderful, HB. I really need to get reading. I've been so overwhelmed. I haven't read anything, not even fiction. Like, I have not been able to read, and I don't know how long it's been now. I just feel like things have been going so fast. Doggy action. How are you feeling about all of that, HB? Does Dr. Hennessy have a release date for her book yet? Yeah, Queen Lucy and her human pet chauffeur. Absolutely. Oh, you are a believer. I thought you said you weren't, Roman. Was it Gothric? It was Gothric. That was unnecessary. It was Gothric who didn't have any paranormal experience. I'm sorry, not Roman. That's Queen Lucy. Alright. This is gonna be cute. Queen Lucy. She's a babe. So funny. She's older. She didn't have all her teeth, and she's sneaky. And sometimes she can go down the stairs if she wants to, but she doesn't. And every now and then when no one's paying attention, she'll come down the stairs and she'll sneak into our house, and I'll like walk into the living room and she's on one of Monty's bones because she knows she's not supposed to have them, so she like sneaks around and finds one at someone else's house. So funny. will say, once we move inside, when it gets cold, it'll be interesting to see how the dog action changes or how your merch desires change based on whatever the new normal becomes when we go in there. I'm gonna figure out my situation for the dual POV out here once I get off of this, while the lighting is still like kind of where it would be on a typical morning, and then I'm going to hopefully have that fixed for this Wednesday. I know, don't give up on the merch. Maybe someday, truly. Right now, I need to become more efficient at just getting content out, though. Especially my long form stuff, the stuff that I actually want to do. Get out of my own way, and I am. I'm very excited about it. I did quite well considering how little time I had to do stuff. So, we're making traction. And shorts really aren't my thing, but I'm getting better at them, I think. Or they're getting easier. So progress is being made, finally. Man, this last week just sucked. Like, there's just a lot going on. At least it sucked for me. I don't want to speak for everybody because hopefully some of you guys had a good week last week. Why so many horns? We are getting somewhere. Getting somewhere. Let's see. Oh no. Okay, I was frozen on my end. I was about to ask where the birds went. They're there, they're just getting quiet now. All right. Oh, that's wonderful, HB. Did you share it on your, do you share anything on your YouTube? Or what did you do with your montage? Yeah, I do that too. All right, so let's see on your phone. Nice. So I've got the green laid down. Can you see? I can't see what you can see. Now the question is, am I going to do blues for the toaster? I think I might. I think I might do blues for the toaster. Cute. 313. Yeah. Blue? Mm. No, what is that sound? Generator? Okay, fingers crossed this works. This is kind of a tealy blue. My table's uneven. Cute. Interesting, Tara. Oh, I did go to a really cool dinner on Friday with friends. And the dinner was space themed. And all the food was inspired by space. That's not super cool. Because my friends are very into UFOs also. Moon cheese, no. But all sorts of cool stuff. I wish I knew the details, but I'm not a foodie at all. And I don't remember food things, like it just doesn't stick in my head. But I do know that it was delicious and it was interesting. There was dry ice in one of the not in one of the cocktails, but used for one of the cocktails, so it was all smoky and cool. And there was like a spitting plate at one point, and a magnetic spoon, and it was just very fun. No book release yet from Hennessy. I just saw that message. I did come across, I don't remember the creator's name. She's not in the UAP space, but I came across a girl who was talking metaphysics and quantum mechanics and those kinds of things, and she studies a lot of consciousness, I guess, and I want to look more into her stuff. But the one video I saw of hers, she had mentioned having Dr. Hennessy as a guest on her show previously, like she already had. So she's clearly been doing this for a second. So I want to go back and check out her work. She also had on, man, what was that guy's name who talked about simulation theory on the talk tracks? It starts with a T. I keep wanting to say Tim Taylor, and that is not it. That is the mysterious dude, isn't it? What is that? I feel like he's a scientist, not just a researcher. It started with a T. I feel like it was Tim. One of you might have already said it, and I just can't look up yet. But my point is that this girl that I'm talking about, she also had interviewed him. So she's gotten like substantial interviews. And I want to go back and watch more of her stuff. Tom O'Neill. Tom O'Neill, that's who she had on her podcast. Do you guys remember him? Gothric, go for a run. Oh, you've been listening to more Dr. Mossbridge. That's good. And yeah, I knew Hennessy at that speech in December. I should not go for a run today. I went for an extra run last week, and I gotta watch my knees. I'm gonna find this girl. go. Where are you, my dear? Okay. I can't find her. I will have her information on Wednesday. But I'm interested. It's pouring. This old boy is snoring. I don't know. Are you singing? Oh, it's raining. I'm really grateful that it's nice out here right now. Regardless, my point is that this creator was very interesting. She was talking to Dr. Powell, talking to Tom O'Neill, and others, and she says that she mostly focuses on consciousness, so I want to look more into her work and see how, like, what she talks about. So Mossbridge deals with precog and remote viewing. Interesting. That's very curious, HB. Alright, that's 313. Then I need 227. I can't believe we're halfway through September. I have so much traveling in October, and I have so many things just not ready. Just nowhere near ready. I really need to. She teaches. Just teaches in her field, or teaches things surrounding precognition and remote viewing. I would love for someone to teach me how to remote view. I know there's tons of videos and stuff online of things you can do to help yourself. Clearly, I just don't have the dedication right now to pursue it. Otherwise, I could try, but how fascinating. Gosh, this marker, I hope it doesn't bleed. I'm gonna have to get some cooler coloring books if you guys are gonna be able to see over my shoulder all the time. Neurotypicals can do precognition. Listen, Gothric, nothing sounds too stupid over here. That's exciting. I don't know exactly what you mean. Oh, neat, HB. Oh, I see. I see what you mean. I mean, stranger things are possible. Maybe you are just super brainy, my friend. But too advanced for what? Oh, interesting. I need to look into tilt. I've heard of it, but I don't know. It's escaping me at the moment. Gothric, I'm sorry. Were you, I can't remember where you're located. But where you are, did they have any sort of like gifted and talented programming in your school? I mean, I grew up around wild adults. My family are a bunch of ex-cult bikers. So I understand. There's my marker. The L is not love. Okay. I'll look into it, HB. I mean, yeah, I think we do all end up emulating our surroundings in a lot of ways. It's human nature. But yeah, was there any sort of advanced classes when you were a kid? I ask because one of, actually my first like boyfriend, if you will, in elementary school, he was in our gifted and talented program, which nowadays people are talking about it again and they're calling it the GATE program, G-A-T-E. And a lot of weird stuff is coming out about it. And my friend, Eric, was so smart and so talented and went through that program, and he grew up, and I don't know what became of his life, but I know that he self-exited, if you will, of his own accord about 10 years ago. And I always wonder if there's any correlation between his intelligence and his inability to utilize it to the best of his, like, you know, because it wasn't nurtured correctly. I'm probably projecting, but it just breaks my heart that he's not around. L is love? Okay. Gothic, I have heard about that with the pink stuff, but I don't know anything about it. Oh, okay, so you were disruptive and left. I understand. I can only imagine what that misplaced energy does, you know? Alright, so real quick, I got all of the base color down. So now it is time to go in and do some highlights in the background. Oh, she does? Wait, I love anybody that's gonna teach unconditional love. More of that. Okay. Thanks, Roman. It's something. Nice and simple one this morning. Figure out a background color. I wish I could do this really pretty light blue, but it's one of my favorite colors, and it, like this marker, which is funny because I'm typically not a blue girl, but I love that color marker, but I've used it so much that I'm afraid to use it for the background also. Oh, yeah. Wow, Gothic. I mean, you definitely do sound like you had some underutilized energy for sure. What kind of dogs were they that you hung out with? Black Lab first, then German Shepherd. Nice. You guys know I'm a dog girl. Obviously. Not that I don't appreciate all of your cats. I do, very, very much. Definitely sat outside feeding a squirrel the other day. Speaking of animals. Yeah, oh, that's hard, Gothric. It's definitely tough. I'm sorry you experienced that. Yeah, absolutely. It is part of life. Doesn't make it easy, but it is part of life. I know, I always remind myself when I'm looking at Monty that I'm like, someday you're gonna break my heart, but that's okay, because that's life. That's what's gotta happen. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, it is tough. I can't imagine. I am always with Monty. I've had him since 2018, and at the time where I worked was actually pet friendly, and I could bring him to work with me. And I don't think I would have gotten a dog otherwise, because I was just like, I simply don't know how. I couldn't leave him. Yeah, I couldn't do it either. But I know that people figure it out, so I'm not shaming anyone else. But it is tough, for sure. I said this before on the lives. I really struggle with leaving when we travel, even because of him. Like, I just hate leaving him. What was the last talk tracks I listened to? No, I mean, the answer is no. I think I'm only 2 behind, though. Yeah, no. I'm just I'm doing so much. I know you're not shaming me, I'm shaming myself. But I'm doing so much in terms of, what do I need? 401? In terms of like working and then trying to get my own content out, that I'm not consuming anything that's not directly correlating to anything I'm working on at the moment. And it's not that they aren't, but I haven't prioritized them. I'm not able to undo what my girlfriend did in terms of the chaos situation over here, but still glad to be coloring this page. Are you all caught up on everything, HB? Are you, Andy? Do you listen to the talk track still? I just need to sort how I'm spending my time. Becoming more efficient at certain things. I need to cut certain things out and free up some time so that I can stay up to date with these things, because they are interesting to me and they do give me ideas. But please, I'd love to know what you're thinking. Yeah, not recently for you either. I wouldn't say that it's a distraction. It doesn't feel like the right word. I only have so much capacity. I mean, we all do, right? I only have so much capacity for how much consumption I can do. And that means I just have to be choosy, you know? And 135 versus, sorry, I gotta figure out which color is the darker one. 318 or 135. Hello? Where is it? Whatever, I'll just test it. Interesting. Yeah, oh, that's the darker one. Okay, what was I saying? I don't feel like it's a distraction, but I do only have so much capacity. And I do, like I've said this so many times, I know a lot of people found my channel because of the tapes. But I do not want to become a channel that's just biting off of their work. So it's easy for me right now to be like, go worry about something else right now, even though I think that this is all very important. Also, on a day-to-day basis, I don't know. I think I'm just yammering and making excuses. I'm not really sure. I mean, there's also something to be said for the overwhelm of ontological shock. telepathy, and I'm going, duh. I know, it's not hard for me to imagine aliens being telepathic. It's something that we've heard many a time from witness encounters. It's why I've said before that I keep, like, consciousness and meditation just won't get out of my head right now, and I think that it's key to this kind of communication, at least for neurotypicals. And I feel like meditation, I don't know, telepathy as a form of communication just seems to not, it's not going back in the box, right? What it's going to evolve into, who knows, but I just feel like I should be meditating. It's just cute. Okay. Am I done? I think I might be done. Nice and easy one. I would typically do a background color, but considering this is already kind of a ruined page, we're good. Yeah, the telepathy tapes is, it makes it easier for you to release your work. It's completely changed my life. None of that has changed. I think that I just know that I'm going to get too clouded if I don't focus on moving forward right now. But I do want to go back. Listen, we got 2 days till Wednesday. HB, I hope your meeting goes well. But I do hope and like to think that I will have this second POV figured out for Wednesday, because I almost had it this morning. I was like, if I had like 30 more minutes, I could have gotten it all figured out. But I'm going to work on that today or tomorrow morning when the sun is back where it's supposed to be, and get this set up in another way for you guys, and get this next long form out. And I'm got more shorts coming, so it's exciting. I need to catch up on some UAP GERB things, many other, that's what I was trying to say. So here's our little diodes, green and blue. They're not bad. They're pretty cute, huh? Thanks for hanging out, you guys. I hope this was a moment of calm on your Monday. Whether I see you later this week or I don't, I hope that this little moment in the sun with the birds, oh, hey Jimmy, you've been sneaking around. I hope that this little moment outside with the birds and the sun gives you the ability to take a deep breath, stretch it out, hopefully have a calmer week than this week. Right? But, all right. I will see you guys in 2 days. HB, let me know how your meeting goes, okay? Bye, y'all.